I got two questions for you, one on the modified tour and one in the Cup Series. I'll start with the Cup Series first. We're kind of in experimentation mode right now. We just came back from a dirt race at Bristol. Now we're talking very loosely on iRacing about a street course race. How do you feel about street course racing for NASCAR?
I'm for whatever we need to do, I guess. At the end of the day, we're all doing pretty much what we're supposed to do, and that's competing in competition and racing. I'm a huge fan of short tracks, and I did go to South Boston this week, and I thought that place, it would be cool to see if they could hold a Cup race, because there is 2 pit roads there. But as far as street course goes, I like road racing. It's not something that I come from. It's not my background, but I think it would be interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then as far as the modified tour, your first win, of course, came here kinda in 2008. Yeah. What was that experience like? When did you find out about the disqualification that you had won? Does it feel different because it really wasn't a win? And is it extra motivation to do it the traditional way on Thursday?
Yeah, so my first couple, I would say 2 wins, really were odd. The first one was actually at Stafford, but I got into Todd Zegedy the final lap, not intentionally, but he ended up spinning out, and then I had that race taken away, which rightfully so. I mean, I spun the guy out. But then I finished second to Burt at Martinsville, and he got disqualified. I can't remember what it was, but he ended up getting that win taken away, and I got that win. So it was kind of odd, but it would be nice to go there this weekend or this tomorrow. It'd be nice to go there tomorrow and hopefully dominate the race and win. I feel like we got a great race car, and obviously a little bit of momentum on our side right now. So yeah, we'll see.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Bob Pockers. Go ahead with the question, Bob.
Yeah, Ryan, you win the other night. If you win tomorrow night, does it matter a whole lot for Saturday? Like, are you a better person to be around? Are you more excited about Saturday night if you win Thursday, or no matter what happens Thursday, do you feel like you're in the same mental state for Saturday?
Well, I think winning is always a good boost for morale, right? Or running well. I think my wife would tell you I'm a happier person to be around when I do win. I just said that the other day, even after South Boston. I mean, you're just happy, right? You won. But I mean, it's just seat time. Whether it doesn't matter if it's in a truck, Xfinity, a modified, a sprint car, a midget, whatever it is. When you keep racing and you're running good, it just kind of gets you in that mindset and keeps things rolling, so to speak. So I guess to answer your question, I mean, I'm going to attack Saturday like I would attack tomorrow. And as the race plays out and what you have that day, you kind of have to manage whatever you got going on. But every race, I always have high expectations.
Thanks.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Dustin Long. Go ahead with the question, Dustin.
Thank you. Ryan, I'm curious, certainly a tale of 2 seasons this year and last year. And I'm curious, do you drive differently being 18th in points as opposed to last year being 30th in points? And I would assume more of a level of desperation.
Well, and it's crazy to think we've had 2 runs this year that I felt like probably could have been another 2 top 10s or top 5s, and that kind of slipped away on us. But I feel like we could even be higher in points. But as far as driving differently, I don't drive any different. I didn't wake up this year and say, man, I'm gonna hustle this thing. Me as a racer, no matter what car it is, I get in it and attack it the same. So I feel like communication's gotten better. I'm not a believer in good luck or bad luck. I've always been a believer in I've always believed that you kind of make your own luck until last year. There was just a lot of things that were, out of my control, out of our control. And, which I'm not putting blame on anything. It's just, this year, certainly we started on the right foot, and it's kind of helped us really stay where we are. And I feel like there are some tracks. I know statistically Martinsville isn't as exciting, or Richmond, as what I would like it to be as a short track racer. But I feel optimistic kind of with what we've got going, that we can go to Martinsville and have a strong run, and then go to Richmond and improve on what we've done there. And then obviously Talladega is a super speedway, and those are just kind of, can go either way. But I feel like everything's going well for us right now, and hopefully we can keep it going that way.
And can you get a sense of, certainly the organization's had tie-ins with Hendrick Motorsports, how much that helps or how much that impacts things on your side?
I want to say we use their engines, but we do build our own cars. So I can't honestly tell you how much we use from them, because JTG as itself, I mean, they do a lot of their own research. Wind tunnel time, everything is strictly through our organization. So for what JTG and everybody over there, JTG Doherty, does for what we have, I mean, we definitely been overachieving. Ricky's had some really good runs, put together some really good runs the past 4 weeks. And last week, we brought 2 really solid cars for that dirt race. And unfortunately we overheated and something happened with the motor at lap 25 or 30, but we had a really good race car there. So, but yeah, as far as Hendrick and that affiliation, I mean, we get great horsepower, and I know we use their sim tools. So it's been good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question is going to come from Dustin Long. Go ahead with your question, Dustin. Sorry, Dustin, you just went. We're going to go next to Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead with your question, Jordan.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for your time. You've had a very strong start to the year. You guys have been competitive in a lot of races this year. I'm wondering if that's changed anything with your security with the team for the duration of the season, or on sponsorship or anything.
I attack every week like it's my last, I guess. Me as a race car driver, like I said, I'm not really sure. I'm just showing up to every single race, giving it 150%, and let it kind of be what it's going to be.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Jeff Magliachetti. Go ahead with the question, Jeff.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, Ryan, thanks for joining us today. This is your second year working with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So what's that relationship been like, and have you taken any lessons from Ricky on the track?
I feel like him and Brian Patty work really well together. How long have they been they've been working together, period. Mm-hmm. So last year was my first year working with Trent, and I felt like we had a lot of good runs that, unfortunately, statistically, when you look on a piece of paper, weren't as good. But if you actually look back at those races and look in depth, we had our shining moments. So I feel like we've had those shining moments again. 2 of those races, Las Vegas, I felt like we could have ended up at with a top 10, and we just had a slow stop that last green flag run, and it cost us some spots. And then Bristol with the overheating issue, those were 2 really good days that were in the making, and unfortunately we didn't have anything to show it. So I do feel like Ricky and Brian have brought a little bit of speed over for those super speedways and the mile-and-a-half program. So they've everybody over at the team has been doing a great job, and really we just got to keep on. You got to have flawless races. You can't have any loose ends, and if everybody does their job, we can have those good days.
How vital has it been for you in the 3017? Because your starting position as of this moment is up from, I think it's about 25th to 15th, and you'll start in row 9 this weekend. So how important has this run given you in starting? How important is the starting position improvement for you?
Track position's huge. It's so hard to pass. I was just looking at that. I mean, Ricky's got some great track position to start this race. He's starting 6th. We're starting 17th. For me, that's 10 to 12 spots further ahead than I was last year. So I feel really optimistic about Martinsville with the short track package we're bringing. and hopefully, we could fire off the race and move forward and then keep that track position all day. But it definitely plays a huge role in how your day is going to work.
Awesome. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
Our next question will come from Anton Reskiv. Go ahead with your question, Anton.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, Ryan. You and JTG Dirt Racing in general have had a great start to the 2021 campaign with a couple of top 10s, top 15s, even top 5 in the dirt race at Bristol. What has been the thing that helped you get those great results as a team in those first 7 races?
A combination of things. The Daytona 500 finish was a good jump start for us. It got us track position for the road course at Daytona, which plays another huge part. And just showing up closer. When you show up close and you don't have to start sticking wrenches in it, it just allows you to have good pit stops and allow everything to flow. And that's what it comes down to. So really, at the end of the day, everything's just kind of been going our way, and we just got to keep it going that way, and we got to keep putting good runs together.
Thank you. Wishing you all the best for this weekend.
Thanks.
And our next question will come from Ashley McCubbin. Go ahead with the question, Ashley.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for your time today. As a modified guy and having been involved with the series for a long time, what does it mean for you in getting to see the series be on the big stage right alongside the Cup Series this weekend?
That's cool. Modifieds have a lot of roots, have big roots at Martinsville. So, having them there, I know it's a really great racy track. I think it's going to be 2 grooves for the modifieds. It'll probably widen out there some, and sharing that stage, kind of being that first start to the weekend for all the racing there is awesome. So, and being under the lights at all 3, in all 3 series is going to be cool also.
And you got the opportunity to test not long ago. What stood out to you the most in the test session that you were able to do? We went there to shake things down. Didn't really need to test. It was more of just a new chassis that we're running this year in the modifieds, and I wanted to kind of get that, kind of be one step ahead than one step behind. So I feel really confident with the package we're bringing, and hopefully, like I said earlier, we can go there and win the race and bring home a clock. Best of luck this weekend. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Our next question will come from Dustin Long. Go ahead with the question, Dustin.
Yeah, Ryan, we often hear about experience is a key thing, and getting track time and getting laps in cars. And certainly last year and this year with all the things that have gone on, the limited practice time throughout the series, how much has that impacted drivers, or has simulation iRacing leveled the playing field to where track time doesn't matter? I think back to, had you not had that win in 17 that led you to 18 and the Xfinity ride and into the full-time ride in 19, if you were still searching, how much would that have hurt you at this point, not having the track time, things like that, or for any driver in general?
So I don't get sim time, to be honest with you. I don't get to go in a simulator like some of these other teams do. We don't have that luxury. At the end of the day, when we say sim and sim tools, it's what teams are setting the race cars up off of. So, without testing, I think there is a gap for sure from guys in the early 2000s or mid 2000s where they, if you weren't racing, you were off somewhere testing, putting those laps in. My generation, from whatever year that testing was banned, we don't do that. We jump in a race car and we go. So learning kind of what that feel that you want, or having the ability to go test and try different things and find that balance that you like, you're doing that at the races now. You're just kind of showing up with something, hoping it sticks and hoping it's in the right direction, and then you just kind of follow that. So it's it's a lot more difficult than it used to be. But that's kind of what we're all dealing with. Everybody's in the same boat, and some can find those feels quicker than others. So it's just it's a process, and I feel like it's a process that Trent and I
have definitely been working at and getting closer to where I feel like we need to be. I feel like there are places where I do shine, which just happens to be the 750 tracks where we'll run good at road courses or the 1 miles or places like that. But the 1.5 miles where it's strictly momentum based and being in the throttle and really not having much room for error when it comes to being loose or tight, we just got to be a little bit closer. And that's something we work at each and every week.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, and good luck in both of your races this weekend at Martinsville
Appreciate it.
Speedway.